Celtic are champions, but the summer business is already throwing up complications. The manager search has hit another roadblock. There is a transfer target in goal who wants to come to the club, and a very sad piece of news this morning involving a former Hoops defender. Plus, the Hearts thriller from Saturday is still making headlines, and one Celtic star is heading into the World Cup carrying a very special piece of history. A lot to get into today. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic's title win over Hearts at the weekend was not just massive in Scotland, it was massive across the whole of the UK. Sky Sports have now confirmed the viewing figures from Saturday's dramatic finale, and the numbers are remarkable. On average, just over 1 million viewers tuned in live across the UK as Martin O'Neill's side completed one of the most extraordinary title-winning afternoons in recent Premiership history, but those numbers climbed sharply as the match reached its most dramatic moments. With Hearts leading late on and Celtic staring at failure, viewers flooded in from everywhere. Pubs packed out across Glasgow, supporters scrambling to keep an eye on both fixtures at once as the title race twisted minute by minute. The audience peaked at around 1.37 million viewers in those final moments, exactly when Dyson Maeda levelled and then Callum Osman sealed it with a stoppage time winner to spark absolute bedlam at Celtic Park. Sky Sports later confirmed it was their most watched SPFL broadcast of the entire season, and that those figures only cover home viewers in the UK. Pubs, clubs and overseas audiences are not included in that number at all. A spokesperson for Sky Sports said Celtic v Hearts on Saturday averaged an in-home only audience of 1.09 million and peaked at 1.37 million viewers, making it the highest SPFL audience of the season. Yesterday's match showed off the very best of the Scottish game and the drama and excitement that it is rightly famed for. The eyes of the world were on Glasgow and the climax of the Premiership. However, we utterly condemn the scenes which saw a number of Celtic supporters encroach onto the field of play. We await the report. There was some controversy around the pitch incursion, which the SPFL have already condemned, but from a pure football perspective, Saturday gave Scottish football exactly what television companies dream about: late goals, momentum swings, genuine drama, and a moment nobody will forget. Now for the main story, as the Celtic manager search has been dealt another blow, with Jens Berthel Askew now being linked with the vacant job at French League One side Toulouse. Askew has been one of the most consistently mentioned names around the Celtic job in recent weeks. The Motherwell manager earned real respect this season for his work at Fir Park on a limited budget, and the thinking around him at Celtic is that he fits the profile the club appears to be targeting. Someone who can develop players, work with younger squads, and overachieve without massive resources. The problem now is that Toulouse appear to want exactly the same kind of manager. Reports from France claim Askew has been placed on a three-man shortlist for the role alongside Christophe Pellissier and Olivier Pantaloni. The Toulouse sporting director Victor Bazzani spoke about the search this week and what they are looking for, and the description is almost word for word what Celtic fans would want to hear about their own managerial appointment. He said, "We have a shortlist with French and international names on it. We hope to announce the name as soon as possible. We've already conducted interviews. The future manager must be very dynamic, very positive, aware of the expectations of the thousands of fans who are waiting for goals. He must be someone who can work with young players and bring new ideas. We need to have a coach who has overperformed with modest means and that knows how to develop players." That description, dynamic, positive, develops young players, overachieves with modest means, is precisely what Celtic need right now. The fact Toulouse are targeting the same profile and appear to be moving fast should be a real concern. In other news, Celtic are reportedly targeting Wolfsberger goalkeeper Nicolas Polster this summer as they plan for life after Kasper Schmeichel. According to Football Insider, the 23-year-old Austrian is open to joining Celtic and sees a move to the club as a major step up in his career. Wolfsberger are said to be willing to sell during the upcoming window, and the reported asking price makes this a very interesting piece of business if it comes off. Polster had a strong season in the Austrian Bundesliga, registering 8 clean sheets in 29 appearances and posting impressive numbers in save percentage and goals prevented. He is young, has room to develop further, and fits the exact type of profile Celtic have been working to build the squad around in recent seasons. The valuation attached to him by Football Insider is the part that will really catch people's attention. Wolfsberger are said to be prepared to accept a fee in the region of £1.75 million. For a young goalkeeper with strong statistics and European experience at club level, that is a genuinely affordable option, especially with a Champions League qualifying campaign on the horizon. It is worth noting that Wolves are also said to be monitoring him, which tells you the player has attracted attention beyond Scottish football. Celtic will need to move efficiently if they want to get this one done ahead of the competition. No official confirmation of talks or bids from either side yet. But with the goalkeeper position needing to be resolved this summer, Polster is exactly the kind of smart recruitment that Celtic fans will hope the club can identify and get over the line quickly. In other news, we have some very sad news to report this morning. Former Celtic defender Mike Galloway has passed away at the age of 60. Mike Galloway was part of the Celtic squad during the late 1980s and early 1990s, a period that holds a real place in the memory of supporters of a certain generation. He made his contribution to the club during a difficult era in Celtic's history, and the news of his passing will be felt deeply by those who followed the team during those years. The Celtic family is a tight-knit one, and moments like this bring that into focus quickly. A footballer's career may end decades before, but they never really leave the club. They remain part of the story, part of the history, and when someone from that era passes away, it reminds you how much those players meant to people who watched them week in, week out. Celtic News pays tribute to Mike Galloway. Our thoughts are with his family and friends at what will be an incredibly difficult time. Hail, hail, Mike. Lastly, a brilliant story to finish on today involving Celtic right-back Anthony Ralston, who heads into Scotland's World Cup squad this summer, carrying a very unique piece of history with him. Ralston is the only player in Steve Clarke's entire World Cup squad who has been part of a Scotland team that actually beat Brazil. For a country that has faced Brazil 10 times at international level without a senior victory, that is no small claim. The result in question came back in 2017 at the Toulon tournament in France. Scotland's under-20 side, managed by Scott Gemmell, beat Brazil 1-0 thanks to a goal from Greg Taylor. It was a shock result that made headlines at the time, and Scotland went on to reach the semi-finals of that tournament. 9 years on, Ralston is the only player from that squad who has made it into this summer's World Cup group. That says everything about the kind of career he has built through hard work and consistency rather than hype. That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one.